L10cd2, track 36.
So what do we have to decide?
We have to decide which of these crimes is the least serious and which is the most serious.
Right, okay.
So why don't we start by talking about them individually, perhaps, first?
Yes, that's a good idea. Okay. Right. Shall we start with Paula?
Let's go for it, yeah. Any thoughts?
I think this is quite a serious crime, hacking into somebody's bank account. For me, that would rate quite highly on the scale of being one of the most serious crimes. But then I haven't seen the others yet.
And it's not mitigated at all by the fact that he's unemployed? The man's desperate?
Not really, not in my opinion. No.
Yeah. And I suppose thousands of euros worth, I suppose. Yeah.
I'd like to suspend judgment until we've gone through the other three.
So, moving on to Jenny, who's 35 and married with 2 children. Sounds like it's going to make a difference.
If she's married, then she's obviously got a husband who supports them.
Well, presumably. I guess
so why
we don't
is she
know.
Shoplifting? That's the question.
Kleptomania, perhaps.
Shall we come back to this one? Let's come back to this one later.
Morally dubious.
Akio.
The graffiti artist. A young graffiti artist.
For me, this is not really a crime.
Really?
No.
Not at all?
No.
But depending on the type of graffiti, I suppose.
Oh, I suppose so. If it's offensive, then that's a different matter.
His graffiti apparently is well done and quite artistic, but beauty in the eye of the beholder and whatnot.
It is art, though.
You think all graffiti is art?
Not all graffiti, not the offensive graffiti, but if it's, as it says here, well done and quite artistic, it can actually lift the urban environment.
Interesting.
So for me, that's probably going to be one of the least crimes.
Yeah, I think I'd be inclined to agree. So, Teresa, the successful doctor, this, to me...
she's been speeding every day. Oh, my goodness.
Doesn't... I guess in a 40, 45, in a 30 zone, I guess is pretty significant. It's certainly irresponsible, but...
Although it depends. I mean, if she's going to an emergency case, then I would say it's quite all right for her to speed. However, it does say every day.
Yeah.
Or most days. So I'm sure she doesn't have emergencies most days.
Yeah. Maybe you need a little more context, perhaps. But... I mean, doctors generally aren't responding to emergencies in their own cars, are they?
No.
So, to me, it seems pretty irresponsible, whether it's a terrible crime. Yeah, so...
let's come back to that one later. I'd like to go back to Jenny.
Okay, Jenny, so we're thinking isn't too bad then?
No.
Maybe the least. And then after that, I would probably say... Akio is the least... Oh, sorry, probably Akio is the least offensive, I would say, followed by Jenny.
It really depends, doesn't it, on people's opinion. I mean, for me, Akio is the least offensive, followed by Jenny.
Followed by Teresa.
Teresa, possibly.
And then probably Paolo.
I think Paolo is the most serious crime.
Probably no great excuses for what he's done. Good.
So what else do we have to decide? I think we've agreed on everything.
I think that's it. Yeah.